Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the KM Gang. KM meaning?
Good gang.
Because all things are nice and fun in this channel.
Come on. You're nice.
So today we are going to do a Q&A chit chat session with you guys. I went on my Instagram and I asked you guys to just ask us anything relating to the wedding, marriage, being gumakoti, and just anything in general. And we decided to make this a
three-part.
We're not sure if it's going to be 3 or 2 or 4 because there's a whole lot of questions. But we decided to divide it into sections. And today's episode will just be about our marriage, the wedding, and being gumakoti. So yeah, stay tuned for the other episodes because you guys were asking us a lot, but I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The questions are no way in any order. So we might be just mixing, things might not be like flowing because yeah, it was a lot of questions and I couldn't like put them in sections, but yeah. First question.
Where and when do you guys wish to have your honeymoon?
Hectic.
Probably in Thailand.
I've never even thought of that, yes. And the reason why I haven't thought of it is because it hasn't been in our budget. So it's something that we haven't really sat down and talked about. But probably, yeah, Thailand or the Maldives would be nice. Ooh, I'm reaching, but you know what? I'm manifesting. God from my mouth to your ears. But yeah, those would be nice spots to go to. Probably in the next
6 months in December.
What? We'll go to you crazy? No, maybe in the next 4 years.
She's crazy. 6 months.
In the next 4 years. Okay, let's take
6 months.
Yeah, we're manifesting, guys.
How's that a honeymoon if it's 4 years?
Next question.
What is Mandis's marital name?
Would you like to say it? It's so beautiful.
No, you can say it. It's your name.
It is Litita, which means
the sun.
It means sunshine, sunlight, positivity, basically, like litila, litita ilanga.
Yeah.
Which means I'm about to bring some positivity, some light into the Dandala family.
Don't you ever feel like you are missing out on how other relationships would have been, like since you are married to your first?
Yeah. So I think that's for me.
Yeah.
Well,
do you ever feel like you are missing out on how other relationships would have been?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this person is trying to say, do I not have FOMO to experience other men? I think. And no, I don't. I really don't. A lot of people have asked me that. They ask if I don't get bored, like is it not like I don't know why people ask you those things, because if I was bored then we wouldn't be together.
We wouldn't be married. Literally.
But no, the answer is no. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Everything is right here. This person is fun. He's my best friend, so no.
Were you guys not scared or had any insecurities about marriage, especially at your age?
Insecurities for sure, definitely. I was scared at first because when the whole marriage thing came into the picture, we weren't at our peak, I think. Like, you know how people get like a person proposes when like they proper in love and it's like there and the girl kind of expects it and stuff like that. For us it wasn't like that. So I obviously said yes because one, I love this person. He's the only person I see like a future with, and he's like my best friend. So that was like out of the question if I was gonna say yes or no. But in terms of insecurities, definitely they were there, a whole lot, a whole lot. But he's a very reassuring person, so he always used to like back me up and make me feel safe in the decision that I made. So yeah, I was fine. I'm fine. Yeah. Did you have any insecurities?
I mean, insecurities obviously always be there because people change. You know, you look at the I hate this word, statistics. You look at the statistics of marriage and how things don't always work out, and then it puts fear in your ear.
Yeah.
So, so obviously, yeah, those were there. But at the end of the day, like she said, when you put everything aside and you know, it's just you and umqamelo wakho ebusuku, you think, but you know, through and through, I feel like this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Obviously, there will be obstacles, there will be challenges, as in any other situation. But you know, if the foundation is solid, we met in church, né? So obviously she's a believer, uThixo, and umshado ngokaThixo, understand? So if you married to someone with into beliefs ezifanayo nawe, it makes it a whole lot easier, you know, because you know who's at the forefront. And yeah, I think that's what made it a bit of an easier choice or decision, so to speak.
Yeah.
Were there some people who were against you getting married because of your age? Yes.
For my end, no.
For my part, I have a story actually. Yeah. So I obviously when I had to go home, imagine me at my youthful age. I'm 24. Dibizo malume and ndiyabaqela uba ndiyabaqela uba okay ndifuna utshata yabo. And it was crazy, you know. They didn't take me seriously. I remember, okay, if you know us or know me, you know that I grew up with my grandmother, né? So any and every decision pertaining my life, obviously, she plays a very integral part or role in it. So when it was time to tell her, she literally cried tears, bro. And I remember they had a meeting without me being there, and my grandmother was like to them, no, he's not getting married. He's too young, and you know, him in himself first, he needs to be established, yeah. You know, because ubuhle usakula, and you know, so it took a lot of convincing. They literally made me make them believe. I had to convince them, give them reasons, you know, show them money in order for them to be sold. It's okay, cool, we can go there, so lobola, knowing that we won't be embarrassed. You got your shit on lockdown. Yeah. Otherwise, besides that, no.
No, from my end, not really. Obviously, my friends are like, "What the hell, dude? We're so young." Like, well, I was 21 when you proposed.
Yeah.
I was 21 when you proposed. I was 21. Was I 21?
You were, because you got married at 22.
Yeah. I was 21. So obviously, with my friends were like, "Dude, like, are you sure about this?" Well, they've always known we eventually gonna get married, but they were like, "Dude, like, this is like it's so final. Are you sure?" But other than that, they were very supportive. Everyone around me was supportive. My parents were supportive. My sisters, it was fun. And then, did you lose some friends when you wanted to get married? I didn't as well,
but obviously friends, they start to distance themselves because they obviously want to give you that space, you know, they don't want to impose. So obviously So obviously I'm embarrassing my bit, but no, I didn't lose friends over it.
What did your parents say when Goucher's family came for lobola and everything? We do have a video regarding lobola when I was doing your makeup. But just to sum it up, they didn't have a problem. My dad was okay with it. Because at that time I was pregnant when they were coming to pay for lobola. So my dad.
However, we didn't get married because she was pregnant.
Oh, it was way before we proposed. Way before I got pregnant, like 5 months before I got pregnant. So don't think it's because of that. Jeez. No. But by the time that he came with his family to do lobola and stuff like that, my dad was okay with it. Both my parents were okay with it because one, they love him. Two, I was gonna have this child, so might as well. It only made sense.
Yeah.
And then next
Your
question.
views on marrying young.
Our views on marrying young. See, I think there's a lot of stigma, negative stigma on people getting married young. One, a lot of people think we don't know what we're doing. Two, a lot of people think, you're so young, like, don't you want to experience life outside of this person and, like, you know, be sure? And I'm like, what's more, what more assurance does one need? More years? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, more years, it doesn't make sense. Like, when you know you love someone and you know that person is your everything and you see a future with this person and you're everything with this person, and I think you're okay to get married. But yeah, views on young marriage, whatever. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. Well, if you know us, you know that we got together from a very young age. I mean, I was her first kiss, her first everything, really.
Everything.
I got
So obviously, you know, I'd advise marrying young because if you look at it, you get to spend more years with this person that you love, you understand? Because and you know the reasons as to why you're marrying that person, you understand? You're marrying for the right reasons because Umandisa Sakyola in high school, you know, so she knows me from being
I know you like the back of my hand.
She knows me in college where I changed, completely switched
360.
up. She knows me after college when I got, you know, when I started working. It was a big mind, you know. And obviously, given what we've been through and the growth that we've seen in each other, more than anything, I want to see her grow more. I want to be part of her journey, you know, more and experience different wins for both me and her. And yeah, man, I feel like I'd advise marrying young, man. And we get to enjoy each other. We get to enjoy being young, vibrant,
Wrap it up.
fresh.
Wrap it up. I want to add something quickly. I want to add something. I saw a tweet about marrying young, and this guy that posted it was saying he also thinks it's not a bad idea. One, because when you're young, you guys know. So we all that we know, and you are not exposed to as much hurt. Yeah. So your guards are not as high up, and it's not difficult for you to learn to trust someone, because obviously if you get married in your 40s or late 30s, you know life, you know men, you know heartbreak, and the more you date people or the more heartbreak you're exposed to, the more your God.
I just want to cut you off, Gangan.
Yeah.
On that
no,
note,
I'm done. That was.
On that note, no, we can talk about this. I advise getting married young, but in the same breath, I also don't advise ujola while you're young. I don't know if that makes sense, obviously, how can you get married to someone if you've never jolad before? But there has to be, you know, because this thing is tricky. Ujolu semncane, and then because you are just playing, you know, then you hate each other.
Yeah.
And
just date your best friends, guys. Your best friends are your own.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
What specific thing have you guys learned as children that you're applying in your marriage right now?
What do we learn as children?
Yeah, so something that you picked up as a child that you're applying to marriage. I think in Tlonipo and just always stay grounded in God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are the key factors that I would take from my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
How long did it take you to realize that you want to be together
forever?
You can't really answer that question.
Yeah,
how long did it take? It's almost like we've been together forever, so.
Yeah, so
it took as long as we be together.
Yeah. Basically. What do you love most about being married young? that there's
More sex.
why?
Because it's a lot of it, man. It's a lot of sex.
Whatever.
It's a lot of good times.
Besides
And
that,
you can do things like you can.
yeah, you're free
so
now.
fresh.
You can do it on the couch. You can do it on your counter. You can do it anywhere. Like you're just free when it comes to sex when you're married young. Besides that, though, I would say I love the fact that
You can have sex
there's
every time.
no man. There's a lot of new things I'm yet to experience,
Like
and
sex.
I'm going to experience them with
On a
him.
balcony.
Let's drop that topic.
Okay.
But that's what I would say. There's a whole we're still very young, and there's so many things that we are yet to experience together. So I think that's what I'm most excited about and love most.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. And then, is marriage as difficult as they make it out to be?
It's a big switch up.
It is.
I can understand what they mean by is it as difficult as you make it. Imagine someone who Tana and I, you only see this person once a week or cup, you know, and then now you're forced
Every
to
single
stay together. You're gonna clash because you start to see a side of them that you didn't know, and you like contemplate. You're like,
that's you, nigga.
Really? Is this what I'm into? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not nice. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to throw her over the balcony. Sometimes I want to, fucking punch her in the throat.
Same.
But I love her at the end of the day, man. The one thing is you gotta, have principles. Not principles per se, but you're gonna have, certain, not rules, but like with Kalaba, okay, I can't go to sleep. You understand? Because all the fights are petty, small petty things, but they'll irk you so much, like so much small things.
I get it. Whatever.
No, it's for the people. The people must understand. Give the people what they want.
What they want. Okay. The next question is, how did you tell your mom you were staying with Goucher while not married? We did not stay together.
Why do people think we stayed together before we were married?
I don't know. We just did a lot of sleepovers, but
No.
we didn't stay together.
No. It's not like that, ne? Thing is, ne? After she fell pregnant, because she fell pregnant before. She fell pregnant before the Ebola situation thingy, ne? But we only properly started staying together. We got an apartment together when she was pregnant, and obviously the parents were chilled about that because they wanted me to spend time, with her and sifunda and do things for umdana. And then when we lost the baby, we had to stay together again just so we can, because we needed each other, and they understood that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were very fortunate to have very understanding parents. Yeah. If either of you guys cheated, would you forgive each other and continue with your marriage? To be honest,
sis, it's been you had all the time to do that before marriage. I'm sorry, but
no, like that's one thing that I feel like,
no, you can't bring that into marriage. I'm sorry.
I will leave.
Not marriage. I don't want to say you can do it.
It's not okay. It's never okay.
It's not
to
okay.
Cheat,
yes.
It's never okay.
But when you go in front of God
and your families
and everyone,
and you bring ancestors into it, no.
It's just deeper. It's like, no. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Don't.
You don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. How did you achieve your wedding hairstyle, and how long did it last? Was it affected by humidity? So what I did was I had tiny twists. So I had tiny twists like for a whole month, and then I undid them the week before the wedding, and that's how my hair was. Yeah, that's why my hair was in that state. Basically, it was stretched out and it was a braid out, so that's why it was like that. And it's a hairstyle that I've always done. Like, it's something I've experimented with before. I've worn that hairstyle many occasions before the wedding, and I just liked it for the wedding. So I was like, simple, it's cute, and yeah.
Okay, did you guys plan your ceremonies yourself, Membezo, and white wedding? With regards to that question, our families, from both sides, they really played a pivotal role in ensuring that everything ran smoothly. I won't lie. Me and my wife, I'm gonna use my wife on you guys a lot.
Oh,
And
no, I do that a lot.
a lot.
I use my husband a lot because,
Jesus, it's so nice to say.
you know.
So when my wife and I, okay, what am I saying? My wife and I had nothing to do with the planning.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Yeah.
Umandisa's mom, was at the forefront of ensuring that the white wedding, went accordingly. And remember, so obviously, my family.
No, Mabo was at your house.
Oh yeah, I remember, so at your house. But all those things, man. Oh, they happened on the same day.
No,
the
white wedding and Umembe so happened on the same day. Umabo happened at a different day at your house. So Umabo, no, the white wedding. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, I really don't think it was a white wedding, but let me tell you the story behind that. Okay, so the white wedding, it was meant to be a proper white wedding and a proper Umembe. So, but we saw that we didn't have much time. And the original plan was for us to cancel the white wedding entirely. But my grandma really wanted to see me in a white gown, and your elders as well wanted to see me in a white gown. You never know what could happen these days. COVID is literally taking people one by one. So we're like, okay, you know what? It only makes sense. So we decided to go ahead and add a portion of the white wedding into our wedding. But basically it was Umembe. So it was just me walking down the aisle in a white gown and having the pastor sending us off as a married couple that made it Western white wedding part. But
so basically what she's trying to say is up until maybe 2 weeks of the actual wedding itself, it was supposed to be a traditional wedding.
Yes.
And then we decided last minute to go to, since we don't know with the COVID thing, let's give this thing to
the
elderlies, so that they can experience umzukulu in a white gown. And India,
so that happened. That's
hardest part about being married, it's obviously learning each other.
Yes.
You get to learn each other all over again. I think that's the hardest part, because you see a side that you didn't know. Obviously, that comes with a bit of.
Which is so dirty.
Manisa shouts about everything, guys.
Because you're so dirty.
Everything.
Because you're so dirty.
And she gets moody. Oh. So why didn't you announce the wedding? My part personally.
I know.
Is,
why?
I think I've learned.
Yes. I was about to say
to
that.
never announce anything again, ever.
Don't. Because you never know.
Yeah.
You
Just
never know.
announce things once they've happened.
Yeah.
But to
And this is something, sorry to cut you, but this is something our parents also sat us down and explained to us. Which, sometimes it's better off just doing your things silently, and once they've happened, then you can say, oh guys, by the way, I've got a new place. Oh guys, by the way, I have a new car. So from the past, obviously with the old meal and stuff like that, we announced it, we were excited. I don't blame us for doing that. I think that's anything, anyone.
Excited,
it was just happiness and a whole lot of excitement. But learning from that experience, we just realized that sometimes you just have to keep some things to yourself, and once they've happened, then you can share them with the world, or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, that's basically it, really.
Yeah. Importance of sane religion in a relationship or marriage. Very important.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this in the previous answer, and I did say it's very important, ukuthi ikhaya lakwadandala liholwa uNkulunkulu, sibeka yena kuqala, uyena osiholayo, and so abili sibona ngokufana. So that makes it a lot easier, because we know ukuthi zonke izinto esizicelayo, zonke into esizidingayo sicela kumdali,
and to one God.
Yeah.
Like we share.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
So before Mandisa athande mina, or before mina ngithanda yena, I understand what relationship noNkulunkulu comes first. Like if she can't love God, I don't know how she can love me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Where do you see your guys' relationship in 5 years? Child. whole lot of money.
Shankura.
A whole lot of money. Money.
Lots of children, maybe 3 or 4.
You're pushing it. Money, children, a nice, beautiful home, 2 cars or 3.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, no, that's what we. Yeah. Was planning a wedding more stressful now that only close friends and family were invited?
It was from my end.
Yeah. Oh, the tables and invites.
So stressful because we were restricted
in numbers.
In numbers, and it was just hard picking who should come and who shouldn't and stuff like that. But I left it all to my mom, honestly. When it comes to family, I was like, Mom, you can handle that. When it came to friends, obviously I was in charge and stuff like that. But yeah.
There came a point where my wife, again, was very upset with me. And she was really like, she's like, now who's this person? Who's that person? I understand that you're friends, but do they really
need to be there?
Like,
no, my thing was, we had decided on a very small, intimate wedding, which was the complete opposite. It was literally the opposite of what we wanted, but it was still beautiful. I loved it. So we had planned on a really small and intimate wedding, and they kept inviting people that I didn't know, like people I've never heard of. And to me, it was like, how am I gonna meet someone at my own wedding? Like, how am I gonna bump into someone and be like, Goucher, who's this? That's how intimate I wanted it to be. I wanted to be faces that I knew.
Yeah.
Obviously, with family, I couldn't really choose because I can't know your entire family. But when it came to friends, I was upset. I was like, I've never heard of this person before. We've never met. I've never had a conversation with this person. And already you saying they must come experience such an intimate part of my life. Like, no ways. Yeah. But that didn't happen, and everyone came. It was lovely. Thank you guys for coming. We enjoyed it. How do you make marriage work? Guys, we've only been at it for 3 months. I don't know. How do we make it work? We have a lot of sex.
Have a lot of sex, obviously. I was going to say that. And also to just... You're not always going to be right. You are not, like... Just always be respectful.
Yeah.
And
respect is a huge part of it.
Yeah. And always look to make your partner's day better. You understand? Like we often get caught up in your feelings or what you're going through and whatever. This is weird. But I just feel like, and this is like general advice in Jay, you know. What do they call it? My love language is important, ne? Know your partner's love language, and they must understand your love language. Now, the trick is you don't do something for your partner that feels comfortable to you, ne? You do what's within their love language. Because if you have 2 people that respect each other's love languages, you understand? So I do these things that I know for a fact, Nikia, because I communicated with you and I understand you and what makes you happy. Now, we have 2 parties that do that for each other. Where does the clash come in? You understand? When you have this person whose only goal is to make this person happy, this person only goes to make this person happy. Ultimately, you have 2 people that are happy. But if you're going to be in your feelings and you're going to be selfish and you're going to think about you, oh no, I don't like this, or no, this makes me feel like this. Meanwhile, that's your person's love language. That's going to be a problem. Yeah. So yeah, that's one way of looking at it. It's very, very important to listen, to understand, because oftentimes you'll find, I know this is a long answer, but I just feel like I need to share this. You're going to feel like you're doing so much in yourself, but all that you're doing, it's great and putting in effort, in terms of your understanding, you understand? And it's got nothing to do with your partner's love language or what they like, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
for example, I'll make an example. Before I got to understand the whole love language thing, because it took me a while, like a lot of things I was like, it's not in me, it's just not who I am, okay? So fuck you. that was me. But now I think am I getting
Yeah,
there?
sure.
I am. So, for example, I would say, I used to say, Goucher, let's go out on dates a lot. Okay. Go out on dates and I think, okay, this is so nice. This is like, you happy. Like, we're going on dates. Like, why wouldn't you be happy? But from his end, his love language is,
Sex. All the time.
yeah, like, basically.
I couldn't be happier.
Literally.
Take your dates.
And for me, and
I don't care
at
about
some
that.
points I didn't understand. I was like, what? The only thing you want from me is just sex. The only thing you just want from me is just sex. Like, literally, that was my mentality for the longest time. But as I grew, I got to appreciate the fact that, oh my gosh, like, you really, like, I turn you on that much, like that much, you know? And so it took me a while to be okay with that and to understand it. But now that I do, he smiles a lot more. He's happier a lot more.
We both happier a lot more.
Yeah, so...
Not you, me and my other guy. Brother! Sorry.
I will show this to my dad.
Man, I'm married. I can say whatever I want.
But anyways, yeah, so that's that. We haven't read this one.
Oh.
Did
you guys get married on the date you initially chose? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 28, yeah. Do married couples really have a lot of sex? Yes.
Yep. Oh, sorry, I'm skipping.
Tips for couples who want to marry young. Please, just be sure. And yikes, I don't know what to tell you.
Can I say something? You know, with the whole being married young thing, I think in abantu bayo le nto, in the sense that it would be very, we'd be doing you a grave injustice, ne? We'd be doing you a grave injustice if we were to tell you or give you a memo, so to speak, of how to make it work. Because for every person, it's different.
Yeah.
Some people get lucky. We got lucky. You understand? Because there was a point where if you lay out all the cards on the table, these people are not even supposed to be together anymore. You understand? Like,
in reality.
In reality. But because we are the people that we are and the type of people that we are, we made it work. We pushed through every single obstacle that we had. And, you know, from obviously being together young. So I couldn't give you a definitive answer of how to go on about marrying young. It's just, if you get lucky, you get lucky.
Yeah.
But don't put pressure on yourself.
Yeah, I was about
don't
to
think
say
because
that
you're young, if it feels right to
everything
you,
will happen.
if you guys want the same thing, then it's gonna happen. But don't feel pressured.
Yeah.
Just do it when it feels right to the both of you.
Yeah. Did lockdown ruin any wedding plans you guys had prior? No, it didn't. Have you always wanted a small and simple wedding, or was it because of the pandemic?
She did. She wanted a small wedding. She always wanted a small wedding. We went to a wedding venue.
Sorry.
A lot of wedding venues. Sorry, and Lisa, like, they were beautiful. She'd look at them, she'd be like, oh, it's so nice, but no, I want to get married at home.
Yeah.
I was like, why? She's like, I just want to get married at home.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, look at this place. It's beautiful. And it was like, so many places, man. If you guys are, if there's a couple here that wants to get married, go check out places in Nottingham Road.
The Midlands.
In the Midlands.
Yeah, they have beautiful venues. Beautiful
places.
But yeah, I just wanted a small wedding at the back of my house. We have a huge yard, so I was like, why not? Like, it only made sense. And it's just something that, I don't know, it's just like, for example, whenever we go visit my house, I literally say, we got married here, because it's like, oh, literally we got married at the back of my house.
I wanted a big wedding.
Yeah.
I did.
How long did it take you guys to plan your wedding? And I know there was another question, which was our wedding like a last minute thing, or is it something that we had planned for months? No, it literally took us a month. Well, not us, our parents, a month to plan it and to pull it off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you guys go on honeymoon? Nope,
No,
not
we
yet.
didn't, not yet. Before getting married, did you guys have a couple of conversations about wedding, about marriage, to see if you're on the same page and if you're ready for it? Yeah, we've spoken about marriage a whole lot of times. I think every single year we speak about, well, not anymore, we can't anymore because but I think every year we spoke about marriage. Wasn't Mandisa supposed ukunciswa as umakoti womXhosa? I did, but it just wasn't for a long period.
Because we work, so we have to. I mean, we work this side, so we have to come
Yes.
back. So
I couldn't. I only stayed at your house for 2 weeks.
yeah,
And I wore the
Jali.
hijab and everything for 2 weeks. But I'm not. Your sister. Sorry, but I'm not done. So when I go back, I think we're going back next weekend.
Yeah.
I think that's when bazongkhumulisa.
Yeah.
But I did do the whole thing for where were we? There?
Yeah.
I did wear the traditional attire for a bride for 2 weeks, and I obviously when I'm at my place I don't have to do it. So they told me no, it's fine. I think they also understand we're young. I can't walk out the whole time in Kogi, Charlie and stuff like that, especially when I'm at like my own place. Obviously when I'm that side I have to be respectful and I have to do accordingly and wear those things, but when I'm this side, no, I'm not obligated to do that. How has marriage affected your intimacy? Is it too good or is it a scam? I think
It's the
we
same.
tried a lot of things. No, but I think this time it's more of we so much more
comfortable.
comfortable.
Because if anything
We've always
happens,
been comfortable, but like
no, dude, it's like if anything happens now, like if, for example, she was pregnant.
yeah,
Yay, you know.
yeah. Before it was a thing of
I'm scared. You
know,
Oh.
can't get pregnant. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you know. But yeah. How has it affected our intimacy? It really hasn't. Still the same.
It's just more freedom.
Yeah, that's it. Are you going to have another white wedding? Yes, but not anytime soon.
Yeah.
So in the near future. So
Maybe 10
the
years.
plan, our 10 years is stretching. It's maybe 5 or maybe 10. I'll be 20. I'll be 32 in 10 years.
Yeah, the thing
I'll be
is,
32. I'll be fine. Yeah, even in 10 years, it's fine.
we want to have our other white wedding when our kids are there.
Yeah.
You know? So
I like that
so that they
idea.
can get to experience it as well.
Yeah.
So it's like to us it'll be like a renewal of vows, and for them it'll be seeing or experiencing their parents getting married again.
Yeah, so white wedding definitely, but not anytime soon.
Yeah.
In terms of wedding planning, how did you balance between your wants versus
Your
family's wants? We were not involved. Again, we were not involved much in the planning of the wedding. I'm not much of a person who is into those things like planning, and like it stresses me. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And I trusted my mom in terms of the weddings that happened at my house. So the small white wedding and Membeso, my mom handled all of that. She planned all of that, and I gave her all the freedom to do that because, as I said, I don't enjoy those things. They don't get me too excited. I know it's weird, but that's just how I am. So I told her, do whatever you want. You have all the freedom in the world. Obviously, there were a few things that she had to consult with us to check if we're happy with, and we'd obviously tell her if we wanted like something that would be different or anything like that.
We made her mad at one point because she liked this vintage couch, and we were like, no. She's like,
those big couches that she's.
yeah.
Well, I don't understand like I'm bashing people who have couches in their weddings, because I'm really not. But it's just not us. So like, Mom, no, just keep it simple. 2 chairs. We don't want a couch.
Yeah.
That was so big. There was so much space. I'm like, who's gonna be seated in this?
She's like, yeah,
yeah, she was telling us. We were like, no, it's not for us. Yeah. How did you manage
to
the
COVID regulations for your wedding? We didn't. We tried. We did the social distancing thing. Tables were far apart. Masks.
Sanitizers,
People were wearing masks.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it
when
was
you have
not.
to eat
It was not our responsibility to like police everyone. Everyone was old enough to know the regulations and the rules. So it was obviously their responsibility to make sure that they are safe. But from our end, we did the whole social distancing thing of tables. We didn't put like a lot of people in one table. Again, we had masks, we had sanitizers and stuff like that. But it was a shitload of people. There was no social distancing there, honestly. A lot of people rocked up, and
I don't think this is something you say on camera.
Well, it's reality, but when it's a gathering and like people are seeing a whole lot of people at this person's house, obviously now it's going to be a thing of choo. It was a lot of people, but yeah. Kumnandi emendweni, or does it feel exactly the same just with titles, manje? Yeah, it's nice. It feels exactly the same, but obviously with titles, I'm held in a higher regard at this house now, and
it's even me at her house.
Yeah, so
it's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Wait, okay.
And sometimes they have to tell Goucher to consult specific things with me before he makes decisions. You know, it's just like so you know, it's like you gotta communicate with the wife. Communicate with the wife, okay? But anyways, yeah, that's that. How did you tell your parents you were proposed to? I didn't tell them I was proposed to. I told them Ugush is coming to pay for Ilobola, and
so I proposed. I did something that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And I don't advise anyone to do it. I proposed to her and I didn't tell her dad. I told her mom, and we stayed engaged for maybe 4 or 5 months, before any talks of Lobola with his dad. I mean, her dad, sorry.
Yeah. Now that you're married, what's your opinion on sex before marriage?
Do it, babes.
Do sex before marriage?
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's different for me because the person
owns the sex now, I'm shatty.
Yeah, so, but I would say just keep it, guys. Keep it until your virginity.
When did you lose your virginity? How old were you?
That's why I'm saying it's different, Pela, because I married you. I wasn't that young, Goucher. I was young, but like I was not that young, so please. I was at the legal age, Goucher. I was at the legal age.
Don't look at me like I'm supposed to say something.
Yeah, but you look at me like...
No, you are at the legal age.
I was.
Yeah, you were.
Now it's going to sound like I'm lying because
no,
I keep saying I was. Anyways, I go, don't expose my age now. My mom's going to kill me. But anyways, so I would say don't have sex until you are sure of the person or until you're ready. Because this whole sex before marriage, it's becoming unrealistic right now. Especially, I'm sorry to say this, but it is becoming unrealistic. But just be sure, guys, and make sure that you're ready for it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Sex before marriage, I think it is a bit. I mean, I don't know. Like, ideally, it would be nice, you know.
That was me before I was on a whole lot of...
I remember, sorry, can I just share this with you?
I'm not giving you my cookie. I'm not doing anything until you marry me.
Stop, let me talk.
I even I had a baby before we got married.
Please, can I talk?
Yeah.
I remember when it happened, she literally, she had a moment, and she cried. She's like, Goucher, you've taken my virginity, now you have to marry me. I'm like, at that time I'm so young. I'm like,
I didn't think so.
Okay. And look at this. Look at this.
It was so weird. And I was telling
you, marry me now.
I said, Goucher, I can't even kiss my mom anymore.
Literally, oh my God.
I was like, I can't kiss my mom in the mouth anymore.
God.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that was me. I was also on a whole lot of no sex before marriage. Would you change anything on your wedding day?
The DJ did this thing where
It was one song, bro.
I don't care. I asked him to play the song by Kanye. By Kanye.
We go to America, even khuluma isinika. Useqalile.
I asked him to play a song by Kanye, and he didn't do it. And I was, because everything was structured. My boys and I sat down, you know, before the wedding, and we were like planning everything in terms of to key in which song where, you know. He didn't do it, and he threw us off. And I was so mad, you know. When I was walking down the aisle, I was thinking to my head, I was like, this DJ's fucked up. Like,
because of Kanye.
I need to have a word with him, you know. He took my moment. I can only get married once, or that's what I want. I want to get married once, okay? And I'm like, you just took that away from me, my guy. There's no Kanye playing when I'm... Anyway, I was mad. I'm a big Kanye fan. God damn it. What is the cultural wedding process like? How
you can't go back home and
etc.
stuff. So that, I remember I posted something, it was on the vlog. So there is a specific time frame for umabo. So when I go to get married traditionally at his house, I have to stay there. So my family drops me off there, and they're basically saying, okay, you don't belong to us anymore. You are now part of Abantu Bakatandalo. And with that process, you have to stay, well, not stay, but like you're not allowed to see your family for at least 6 months. I don't know why, but they say it has to be a thing of they have to miss you. The ancestors have to feel that you are no longer part of that family. So they have to realize it's okay, you're no longer with us or whatever. Same with his house. I have to be consistently around his home for quite some time so that the ancestors can acknowledge my presence, and then they can take me in as, you know, one of their daughters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
No.
But yeah, there's a whole lot of processes There's a whole lot of processes that go behind traditional marriage and weddings that some I don't even know explanations of. But yeah. What challenges did you meet when you were planning your wedding? I think the only challenges that I experienced was the whole inviting of people. So like shortlisting people and saying, okay, this one can't come, this one can come. But at the end of the day, guys, everyone that I needed to be there was there. Even more people were there. So it wasn't too bad, but yeah.
Yeah, a challenge that I had, a personal challenge that I had. I think it was like a week before our wedding. This doesn't speak much on planning, but a week before the actual wedding, my groomsmen was staying over at my place because we needed to just
at our place.
Sorry. So we needed to, you know, get everything on the way, and so my groomsmen and my niece's siblings, we went to the beach,
oh yes.
And then we played. It was
so fun.
You know, we were drinking.
When was it? A week before the wedding?
Yeah, we were drinking there, having a good time, and then Satlanu donkey. Yo, donkey number one. And they threw the ball in the air, they called my number, and I was running toward the ball, and I landed on my left leg, and I just heard and I was down. And I just, like, I feel like I was knocked out, like my knee. Oh my goodness. And I didn't even want to look at it because I felt like I broke something. And when I opened my eyes, they were like all surrounding me. And then Umandi says, all she's saying is, are you going to be able to walk on the wedding? I'm like, girl, I just fucking broke my knee. What do you mean?
Gosh, are you going to be able to walk down the aisle?
Yeah, so it really fucked me over because my knee was really screwed. And
but you were fine.
Yeah, but thank God.
You know how men are.
No, it's not
they
men.
Are weak.
It's not that. I were trying to make me not walk down the aisle.
Oh, that's what the elders said. They were like, oh, I'm sure there were people trying to like be malicious and
I'm sorry for saying first. I know people find that derogatory.
Roughly, how much did your wedding cost? Did you save? It was beautiful. Hey, there was no saving for the wedding, guys. It was a last minute thing. And to our parents, I'm so sorry we did that to you. But now they agreed. They were the ones who were actually for it. I was like, I'm fine. I can wait. They were like, no, it's fine, guys. Whatever you want, just to make you guys happy. So, you know what? What are the challenges that you went through as a young Makoti? I didn't really have any challenges. The only thing that annoyed me to the core was the weather. It was
scorching hot. My goodness.
So hot.
And she had to wear that
I had to wear chali, I had to wear long sleeve top, a long skirt. That's the only thing I really, really hated about the experience. But challenges, I didn't have any. I didn't have any challenges. Everything was actually quite a good experience. What was your favorite part about planning the wedding? Hey, we didn't plan the wedding, guys, but my favorite part would probably be seeing how excited my parents were. It was a lot of stress on them, obviously, but besides that, you could just see like the joy and the excitement and the happiness they had. And I think that was one of the nicest things about planning the wedding. Your end?
My favorite part was when my friends came down, when my wife was Goabo, helping, or she had to stay there for a week. I think she had to Zila before the wedding.
Ukzila is when someone dies, and it's just a customary thing that you have to do with it before Pumegin, you need to be at home.
And not
basically.
go anywhere, like she had to stay. Yeah, my friends came down from Cape Town, Joburg. I hadn't seen them in 6 years, I think. No, we hadn't seen each other like together in over 6 years. And they came down and we had a good time. And
they overdid it.
We went to the strip club. Dances, it was
He's lying. Never. not on my watch.
Over my dead body.
Over my dead body. Never.
Yeah, but yeah.
What went through your mind when you realized that this is it? You're
finna be Mrs. Dandala.
A lot of things. It was just a whole lot of emotions. I can't even pinpoint a specific thing that I was feeling at that point. But to sum it all up, I would say it was just pure happiness. It was me realizing that, wow, we're really, 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 really doing this. And we did it. Like, it's something that Goucher and I have spoken about for years. And it's something that we have always been excited of accomplishing. And we did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of things though were going through my mind. How did you guys spend the first day of being married?
My family booked a place, and
What?
I just remembered we left Man's house very late because we had an after party with all our friends there, and then we had to take our friends home. And
that was annoying.
my friend didn't know where she stayed. Smash.
No, man, it was
was
Mukanyisa.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't smart.
Sorry, yeah. He didn't know his house. I was so mad, guys.
It was so drunk.
And
I
was so tired.
And he kept falling asleep in the car. And he kept saying, we first went by Ep1.
Yeah, I was so
That
mad.
time he stays all the way by Glen Ashley, that big spa. Where is it? The Pick and Pay by Glen Ashley. Pick and Pay Hyper. People probably don't know what we're talking about, but it's like
He didn't know where he
two
stayed.
complete.
Guys, Priya and Pick and Pay are like. I was so tired. My knee
Imagine
was throbbing
at the night
point.
of your wedding, you driving your friends around. What is that?
I was so mad.
Anyways, but our first day. Well, then our first day. What was our first day then? We woke up. What did we do? We woke up from.
Definitely not sex.
Yeah, we didn't have sex, guys.
Nothing.
We're too tired. Well, I was too tired. I didn't even
Nothing.
think about it.
I'm loving.
I got in bed and I was like,
To be honest, I was thinking about it. I was like,
Why didn't you say? Okay, I would have been like,
on the first day, shut
K.O.
K.O. Setting myself up for failure is what I'm doing.
For sake.
Nothing.
Nothing.
But after this video, something. Perks of being married. Usangvula my legs.
Kahle.
Just open my legs. God damn, this is part of baby. This is during the people.
Let's stop.
You can't keep your hands off.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras.
Joking.
But yeah, those are all the questions.
Yeah. Thank you guys. This is going to be, well, I can't say this now because if you're watching this till now, then you already know it was a long ass video. But,
so I just want to answer a question relating to the finances or how much it costs this way and that way. Weddings are expensive. It's a very expensive exercise that requires you to plan ahead, way ahead. Our one, we did it in a month, which was not smart.
I do not advise that.
It wasn't
Don't
smart
do it.
at all.
Don't.
I'm just like livestock alone. At my house, we slaughtered 3 cows, 3 big cows. Each cow ranges from 12 to 15,000. So already just on livestock, you can see how much that is. That is, not including decoration, yamatende, and the white wedding was even more expensive. So yeah, it's a very expensive exercise, but we were fortunate enough to have both sides of the family pitch in where we couldn't, they stepped up and assisted us.
A lot.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do mchato, then you must plan way ahead. And just be very financially savvy.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
it was a lot shame, but that's that. And thank you guys once again for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Goucher gang. Thank you guys, and see you in the next episode.
she's going to be dandaled right now.
Stop. Cut the cameras for real. Cut the cameras.